Hey everyone, this is my attempt at doing a vlog for 2026 as a year-end kind of thing, as a review, I guess? I don't know. But I want to talk about my personal struggles and creative struggles and things that I'm looking forward to in 2026. So, creatively, getting started in March this year was pretty hard because I hadn't actually pressed the record button in 4 years, and it felt very strange to try to get it back out and do that kind of stuff. And I mean, I could talk about why I put it down before, but it's kind of the same thing as when I started, and why I told myself I would continue on with it. It's because I felt like an imposter, like somebody that wasn't a pro that was talking about things that only pros should talk about. Like, I can't tell you the best way to do certain things, but I don't think even pros could tell you what the best camera is because it's like dependent upon your situation. That's why there's many different brands and many different things that you can do to cameras. So it's all very personal. Those things are things that you can't necessarily say, but understanding your programs is something that I think is one of those things professionals could talk about. And I tried to talk about Darktable, and I'm not exactly a professional in that either, but I'm new to it, and I want to advocate for free programs like GIMP, Darktable. DaVinci is free to an extent, and I feel as though those are very important because I don't want to pay for a subscription. I don't really like Adobe and how they do a subscription model, and I was a victim to their, I mean, I would say a victim, but I used their Creative Cloud for a long time, and when I tried to cancel, I had to pay out, and I was like, I don't like this. I don't like the idea of that. That seems kind of gross. I mean, I know it's like industry leading, great stuff, whatever, but I think I'd rather work harder at something with a free program that isn't trying to exploit me than pay a company like that. And the next thing is like talking to a camera was very weird, like not natural at all. I think I've gotten to the point where it's almost natural now. So talking to this camera is like talking to you. But it takes, a roundabout way of getting there. You have to edit it and then post it. So, I mean, it's like talking to a person, but only kind of one way, I guess. You do have comments every now and then that you can speak back to, but that's just one of those things. Like, it's very weird in the grand scheme. If you saw how this setup looks, it would be strange to just look at somebody doing that. That was one other struggle. Trying to be consistent is also very hard on YouTube. I was trying to do once a week, and I was keeping it up for a while, but life gets in the way. I have a family. I have a full-time job. Bills, all sorts of other things, other responsibilities to fix things around the house. So not all the time when I have free time can I do a video. But I think I did pretty well this year in all things considered. All the things that I've helped do and the people I've been around, and tried to be there for my family in every aspect as I can be. So that's one of the things I think in 2026 I will try to improve upon how I produce a video and how easy it is. That way I can try to be more consistent doing it every week. And I'm trying to do planning while I'm working. That way it kind of helps figure that out. One last thing creatively is since I'm getting into the point where I've actually got a decent amount of subscribers and I seem to get pretty good amount of views, I'm looking at, some people have messaged me about some products. There was an AI product. I'm not really, like, I like AI in some aspects, but I'm not really one to do a lot of AI type stuff. So I didn't go with that one. And I had another brand reach out to me, and I think I'm going to go ahead and do a review video of that product coming in the next month. I want to talk about it and its uses. That way you can understand it better for your own case. Like I said, I don't really like subscription model stuff, and this does have a subscription model. I think it has a like buy once model as well. I'll have to look into that a little bit more, but personally, some things you can't get away from a subscription model, but I want to be as clear and as possible with this one, that there's no kind of shady under business where they make you pay to quit it and stuff like that. So I'm trying to be the best I can for my viewers. I just want to be completely clear and honest with you all, because I don't want things to be weird how I'm like hawking products, because there was a lot of people I liked to watch before, but it seems like they're always throwing products at me to buy. And where's the other parts of you, though? Where are the things you want to teach me about photography? Where's the, personal side of you and stuff like that? Those are the things that I miss. Those things I like about YouTube. That's the things I even started watching YouTube back in, what is it? I don't even know when this started. 2007, 2008 when I started watching like Philip DeFranco and stuff like that back in the day. Um, and those are things that I want to get back to. Even though I know I'm going to be mostly about photography, I want to have some personal sides of me too, so it's not just about photography for you. But as for the dark table stuff, that was one of the things I struggled with trying to make videos on, because it is a very, I feel like it's a very complex program for photo editing. It is a great job at it, but it's one of those things that I'm still getting it wrong sometimes whenever I make the videos. And I appreciate everybody that's made comments that has helped others that have watched the video, that maybe give them more understanding to the tool than what I could give them. Or at least added on to what I gave them. And for the personal side of things, there was some changes this year. My grandfather passed away earlier this year, I think first 3 months worth actually, and he was declining for a while. I went to go see him as frequently as I could, and I will cherish those times when I've had conversations with him. Even though you couldn't hear me, I had to write on a board or a piece of paper or my phone or something like that to be able to talk to him. That way he could read what I was saying since he couldn't hear me. But I'll never forget a lot of those things, a lot of the Bible verses he gave me, and a lot of things that I'll remember. And I just wanted to know that him saying he was proud of me was one of those things that's always going to stick with me. I know he's probably watching up there right now telling me not to be sad or anything, I'm sure, so I'm going to try not to be. I won't get too much into the personal side of things like that, but those are the things that I'm very happy about. So, as for the other parts, though, is I think that I have a pretty good family life. Happy with a lot of things that have happened. I mean, some things I did wrong in my personal life, and I tried to correct them. It's always something new, right, to correct about yourself or to improve. And I think those are things that a lot of us can relate to. There's always something that you wish you would have done a little bit better, or said correctly, or tried to express better, and show those that you care about them a lot. And that's the last I'll say on that, though. But I hope that this video has been helpful to you and you liked it. And that 2026 is going to be a great year. I've got a lot of stuff planned, and I've got a lot of excitement for the year coming up. I think it'll be a great year, especially with some of the new things I got to be creative more, and I hope you'll be along for the ride. And I'm going to say, if you like the video, hit the like button, consider subscribing to follow along, and Happy New Year, Happy 2026, and I'll see you in the next video.